Hello there. For you who are concerned of Ark Raiders, the expedition will be upon us soon. I believe it said the 17th of December, and it will be available for the coming week, from the 17th to 6-7 days afterwards. This is rough, guys. It is really rough. I have over 100 hours in this game, and I'm not too bad, and I don't even have half the required amount. The amount they're asking for is 5 million credits, and this is, well, an issue because most players are not even going to have 1 million. This is unfortunately a little bit of streamer bias, in my opinion. One of the problems is that unless you are hoarding onto every single purple weapon that you get, if you're even using just one of them, you aren't going to be able to do this expedition with 5 skill points. And that's just the reality. I think what this is going to do is this is going to divide the player base between people who play it way too much, like let's say 500 hours or more every 3 months. Like the people who play all day every day basically will be able to do this and actually use their purple weapons. Then there's going to be the people who maybe play 100 to 200 hours every 3 months. They play a lot. This is like their main game, but they don't play all day every day. These people are, if they want to do the expedition to its full capacity, which they will be able to, they will have to play in a specific way, which is not use any of their purple weapons, only use blue, green, and common weapons, right? And then there's going to be the people who play less than 100 hours, just the casual people. You have no chance of doing the expeditions. I wouldn't even try. Just accept the fact that you're kind of boned. You're not going to be able to get any amount of skill points, and you're not going to be able to really do much at all. You can do maybe every 3rd expedition, but you do actually lose out on some bonuses. Let's talk about ways to grind, because that's probably why you guys are here, how do I get the money? Well, I'll tell you how to get the money. There's 2 ways to get heaps of money per raid, right? You need to survive, by the way. Surviving is really important. But one way is you focus on getting metal parts, and you use those metal parts to upgrade your purple weapons. You craft those purple weapons, like the patina. I'm pretty sure everyone here has a patina blueprint. They were crazy common for some reason at the start. And you upgrade those weapons. And that's one of the best ways to make money. Another way to make money is to just fill up your inventory with a bunch of treasure items and just regular ass items, like the purple items that you get out of the medical unit in Stellamontes. But the reality is most of the people watching this video aren't going to be able to go into the medical unit in Stellamontes and literally kill 20 people. Yeah, I said 20 people. You're going to have to kill the entire server, because the way this game works is it spawns people next to you. Those people will come to you. You have to kill them, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. Most of you, if you're playing squads, all of your squad mates better be like Shroud, because you're going to be going up against multiple squads at the same time. And after you kill those squads, guess what? More squads are going to come on top of you. Unless you are insanely good at the game, playing Stellamontes is not really the best bet. Except if you come in with something like a looting mark 2 or 3, they're really easy modules to craft, and you can get the crafting materials super easy. I'll show you how later in the video. But you come in to Stellamontes and you go to these shipping containers. Have you been watching the video? It's not just Subway Surfers, guys. This is actually a looting spot. All of these shipping containers next to the medical module, you can use them as cover. You can be sneaky, you can be quiet, listen out, and loot the sides of the containers. These little drawers that come out have insanely high chance of spawning metal parts loot, which you can use to upgrade your weapons and to craft new weapons. And weapons per slot are some of the highest earning items in the game, right? And I have a little something idea, a little theory, should I say. And this would explain why the astronomical 5 million number might actually not be as high as we're thinking. Well, it is still really high, but there's a chance that it's not as high. You're going to want to bring a Raider hatch key, and coming in at night doesn't really help us for grinding money. You're going to find more sweats, and especially if you're just trying to get metal parts, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter if you're at night or not. Metal parts will spawn regardless. It's the most common thing available to you. So yeah, don't play squads. Don't go for PvP because you're gonna die unless you're a god at the game. I'm really good, And I still die more than half the time when I'm playing in squads because everyone's just looking for PvP, no one's friendly, and you're just gonna get absolutely just wiped left and right. It's crazy. Anyway, I want to show you guys a little bit of a theory I have. Some of you might have noticed that when you are trying to sell something, it is drastically lower price than when you're trying to buy it. I'm just going to use the stock standard shield recharger here as an example, but it's basically the same with most things. Some things cost a little more, a little less. You get the idea, right? I have a theory that there is one of three of these possibilities, right? And if it's even just one of two of these possibilities, this strategy is going to massively help you guys out. So, possibility one, the item that you are selling is not the actual value, and the actual value of the item is what you're buying it at. The second possibility is that the item that you are selling for, that is its value, what you are selling it for is actually its value, and the trader is just asking for more than its value. Or, number three, the actual value of the item is somewhere in between that. So let's say this shield recharger that's 520, its actual value is 1,000, but you can buy it for 1,500 from the trader. Now, if it's two of those options, you are going to be really benefiting from holding onto your best weapons that are worth like 40, 50k a slot because you have the best modifications on it. They've all repaired up. They're level 4. Those items that are like 50k, they might be worth 100k or 150k depending on what the value is. They also might just be worth 50k, but I think it's worth holding onto these weapons on the chance that they might be worth more than they sell for. That is, and it may be the same with trinket items, like the Lancer's mixtape. I still haven't sold my Lancer's mixtape, I don't think. Or maybe it was my my playing cards. I don't know what it was, but hold off on selling your really high value per slot items just in case they're worth more than it looks. Now, if that is not going to work and getting metal parts to upgrade your weapons and they're worth just as much as they are actually worth to sell, then your next best bet is to just grab up as much money as possible by just selling things. And one of the best ways to do that is to, I know nighttime you get more value loot, but listen to me. If there is a night raid available, let's say for Blue Gate or something, you actually want to go during the day because you're going to be encountering less players and less sweats. If you possibly can as well, go into the options, go to server selection, and go to a server that is like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna just encounter a few less players, and that's what you want. You don't want to get kills, you just want to get loot, get out, and sell everything you can. I love doing Blue Gate because, especially Blue Gate, if you bring in a Raider hatch key, which is almost necessary for this strategy for it to be quick and effective, you can loot this town here down the bottom of Blue Gate, and you can get a bunch of every item that you need that you can sell. There's items like the spring cushion that you can recycle for springs, which you can then use to upgrade your weapons, like mod components and stuff like that. It just allows you to get all these trinkets that you can sell, like the snow globes and all that. Really, really nice place. Sure, going in at night, get more of it, but you're more likely to die as well. And especially if the night raid is available, the daytime is going to be even less populated. So I do recommend coming to this town. Now, you might be like, Leo, I can't craft Raider hatch keys. I don't have the level workbench to do so. Easy. Come into raid with advanced electric components, which you can craft pretty easily. They're just like plastic parts and stuff. And come into the raid with sensors, which you can't craft, but you can find them really easily, and I'll show you in a second. Just come into raid with those items, which is what you need to craft a Raider hatch key, and then get the skill to craft things in raid. I think it's on the right side of the skill tree. It's the second crafting skill. If you went for security breach, you're gonna see it. Bada bing, bada boom. You can actually craft Raider hatch keys in raid, funnily enough. And it's really easy. So let's say, Leo, I don't have the sensors to craft Raider hatch keys, and you maybe even just want more stuff in general. Well, one of the best places to loot that isn't Stella Montes is actually the weather station, I think it is, on the top right corner of Blue Gate. It is very rarely populated, and get this, is just full of these server blocks, I'll show you now, that are just full of sensors, of metal parts, of wires, of processors, all of these things that you definitely want. This, on the top right corner of Blue Gate, this is a gold mine for all of the things you need. Not many people come here, especially in solo. Most people tend to go down into the underground bunker, where if you just come up here in the Blue Gate, you'll get all of the things that you need. Search the trash cans, search everything. If you've got the key for this place, really good key to have. And you'll like literally search the entire building. Go up the zip line and drop off, like jump off the zip line on the second last level. There's a nice room, really good loot in there. If you've got security breach, there's a security breach place in there. Really good loot. Even if it's already been looted as well, because one man's trash is another man's treasure. Someone might not even realize the value of something as simple as metal parts. A stack of 50 metal parts can increase the value of a purple weapon from 15k to like 30k. So yeah, it's kind of worth it. So like a stack of 50 metal parts to me is just as value as 15,000 in whatever other items, right? That's kind of like my mindset on what I'm looting. As far as kits go, just keep in mind that you want to use kind of cheap weapons that definitely don't cost as much to lose as something like a purple weapon does. It's a little bit based on what you feel best with. I think under most circumstances, one of the cheapest weapons that you can use that still holds its own is the Stitcher. You don't need to level it up at all. Level 1 Stitcher does just as much damage. It's just a matter of reload speed. And recoil, which the recoil is fine anyway. And just chuck a level 2 mag on it if you can. Even just a level 1 mag on it. It just increases, again, its damage output tremendously. It's the difference between killing someone in 2 magazines and killing them in 1 magazine, right? But don't want to go overboard with the weapons. If you feel more confident with an anvil, anvil is a phenomenal choice. You don't even need to level it up, but leveling it up does help. But just keep in mind that one level 4 anvil is kind of like running 6, 7 level 1 stitches. So it's like, is it really worth it? Maybe. Depends on you, on your playstyle and all that. Also, level 1 looting works just fine, but I think level 3 looting, if you have it, the survivor version of it, is worth the extra cost. The things it costs to make it, you can literally find in like 1 or 2 server blocks. So I pretty much always run level 3 lootings if I can. And you don't even need a medium shield, just run a light shield, get that extra sprint speed. Just keep in mind that the more you invest in your loadout, the more you're going to lose when you die. You want to try and make these runs die as little as possible, and when you do die, you don't lose too much, and you get as much per run as possible. I also just want to summarize for you guys, this is going to be more like a marathon than a sprint. Try not to burn yourself out. You've got probably about 10 days to do this. I reckon you guys, from watching this video, around 10 days to do this. Worst case scenario, a week. And it's possible. It's possible. So doing this strategy, I find myself making around 50,000 equivalent each 10 minutes. So you'd get to 5 million in about 16 hours. Obviously, that's not even that's not counting any existing stash value you have. I think it's like 16.6 hours it would take you. And if you're playing for like 2 hours a day, you're dying maybe 1 out of every 3 raids, you'll still be able to get it done. So I do believe in you guys. If you want to get all 5 of those skill points, you have to lock in for the next week. Value getting out alive with what you have, limit your expenditure. Make sure you loot arc power cells, just so you don't have to buy like shield recharges and stuff like that. And you definitely don't want to go in with a free kit, because you want to be using those raider hatches. And good luck, guys. Good luck. If this video like pops off, gets, I don't know, like 100,000 views, and people start hitting my loot spots, you might need to find another loot spot. But if this is generally like just a regular ass video of mine that gets like, like 1,000 views or something like that, or a couple hundred views, my loot spot should be genuinely pretty like sparse. So good luck out there, guys, and take care. Wait, I got one more thing. Subscribe!